What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. So we are here at Longwood Campground. It's an Army Corps of Engineers campground just outside Clarksville, Virginia. And our original plan was to hit this spot on an overnight, just stop one night on our way to Mount Airy. We were going to stay at Mayberry Campground and use Passport America for a couple nights there because it was full hookup. We arrived here yesterday afternoon and immediately regretted not booking a couple more nights at this spot. It was the view is amazing. It's a little breezy out today. We got a beautiful breeze coming in off the lake, so we decided to change our plan kind of mid-stride there and go ahead, went online, went on recreation.gov, looked to see if this spot was booked for the next couple nights. Luckily it was not. So
there's two sites beside us. On either side of us were not booked, so we knew we would have it pretty much to ourselves.
Yeah, Erica looked to make sure there was nobody coming in on either side. So, I mean, unless somebody books it tonight, but there are a tremendous amount of open sites, so the chances are pretty good that we'll end up having this spot kind of all to ourselves the whole time we're here.
Yeah, so we decided to forego the full hookups for dry camping.
Yeah, doesn't happen very often, but when you get a spot like this, when we were over in Newport News, it was so busy. It was just, you know, going out, running around, checking out everything there was to see there. Yorktown, Jamestown, Williamsburg, all that stuff really took a lot more time than I think we thought it was going to take. Ended up eating up a good portion of the day going to each of those places. Then we still had to come back. We had to get some work done. So it was a lot of late nights and early mornings.
And just constant go, go, go. So this just seemed like the perfect place to unwind for a few days.
Yeah, I mean, this was about, it ended up taking us just under 4 hours to get from Newport News to here. So once we did get here, we saw how nice the spot was. It was super quiet. It would be really nice just to stay here. So the flip side to staying here and doing dry camping for a couple of nights is we only kind of allotted for one night. So I'm going to have to run out and get some more fuel for the generator. I'll be loading up to do that. I was going to originally leave the truck hooked up when I thought we were just here for one night. But as it turns out, it may have been a blessing in disguise that we ended up staying, because when I repositioned the fifth wheel, after we decided to stay longer, I repositioned it over a little bit away from the trees and wanted to back it into the site just a little bit further. Once I unhooked the truck and pulled forward, when I got out, I noticed we had a screw in our left front tire. So I don't think I would have noticed that if we were just been parking here for a quick overnight stop and then leaving out early this morning. So I'm going to get to use that super deluxe tire plug kit that I bought way back in Montana when we had a flat tire up there. So I'm going to plug this tire, air it back up with our compressor, and run into town, get some fuel. But right now I'm going to show you guys this site. I've said this quite a bit about these Army Corps of Engineers campgrounds, but this could be the nicest site we've had. We've had some really nice ones. It's kind of hard to pick, but this one, immediately when we got here, we were like, wow, we want to stay here for a few more days. I mean, there was no question. So I'll show you guys what this thing looks like. So as you can see, there is just about nobody here. We got some campers up across from us over this way and around the corner. Then we have some people down around this way around the corner, but nobody really in our line of sight. I mean, these are the sites. Places we were actually looked at staying here, trying to extend it all the way out to over the weekend, but this place is almost completely booked over the weekend. So it's a very popular place on the weekends, so we're going to take advantage of it while the traffic is down. This is site 42. You can see we got lots of room on this side. Come around the campsite, just a huge campsite here. And even if somebody was in this site, there's a good amount of space in between the two sites, and you've got a nice barrier of trees on the off-camp side even if somebody was over here beside you, nice and spread out. So temperature got a little warmer today than it did yesterday. It's up into the upper 70s today, so we got such a beautiful view right here. I mean, come on now. They give you some nice steps to access down to the lake. Just a beautiful lake. So quiet back here. Got the generator all set up, ready to roll. You know, and this generator is so quiet that with it set back here way to the back side of the campground, when you're out by the road, you can't even hear this thing back here running. So it's just super quiet, and we have been very pleased with the Predator 3500 generator. You see, we got the Traeger set up. Cooked some chicken quesadillas on it last night. Gonna do some steaks tonight, and just really enjoying kind of relaxing here in Southern Virginia. This campground is almost right on the border of Virginia and North Carolina. So when we leave here, we're going to be headed back over into North Carolina. But like I said, we're going to enjoy this spot here for the next couple of days. Beautiful spot. So if you don't know the story, when we were headed out to one of our campgrounds in Montana, we had a flat, and I had no plug kit. It was a screw, rather a little bit bigger screw than this, but it was in the rear tire. I didn't have a plug kit. I had an air compressor, but no plug kit. We had to stop on the side of the road out in no man's land in Montana, and jack the truck up, change it out, put the spare on. Then we got to the campground. I went into town, and they had a heavy-duty tire plug kit, the same type that I was familiar with it because it's the same type that my father-in-law used to use on the dump trucks. He was a dump truck driver for a long time, and same tire plug kit they use for those, and it held up. It can hold up for a dump truck, hold up to get us by until we can get to an actual tire shop and get a patch put on the inside. That's what I prefer, but it's kind of rough to go out and hunt down a tire shop sometimes, when you're unfamiliar with the area. So got the heavy duty tire plug kit, plug this tire, use a compressor, put some air back in it, and a lot easier to take care of this at the campsite than on the side of the road. That's for sure.
In no man's land, for sure.
If you don't have a tire plug kit, I would highly recommend picking one up, and not the cheap one, not the little cheap kind you can get in AutoZone or somewhere that just has the plastic T-handles. These are metal. They're not going to break. 10-ply tires, truck, 10-ply tires on the trailer. Having a good solid plug kit, pretty critical. Don't have to worry about that plastic getting old and brittle down the road, breaking, sending that spike through your hand. Such a tiny little screw too. Well, I think it's tiny. We'll see. I was hoping it was in the tread, we'd get lucky, but look at that.
That's an auto man.
That's annoying. Barely.
Can I see it?
Yep.
So this thing caused all that trouble?
Well, it didn't cause as much trouble yet.
You feel like somebody probably just...
It would have caused us some trouble.
If we didn't have a plug kit. Oh my.
There.
So we went from this to that. So much trouble from such a little screw.
You might. Cut the extra off. So you see how hard I had to push to get the plug through that 10-ply tire. That's why I prefer the metal handles. I'd be really scared to push that hard on them plastic ones. It wouldn't take much for that spike to come through and you're gonna send it right through your hand. So, you know, if that's all you have, you know, and you don't have a choice, that's fine. But if you don't have a plug kit yet, you're thinking about getting one, go with the metal handles. So the air compressor I carry, it's a Hyper Tough air compressor from Walmart, just for airing up tires. It has 100 psi max, so if your tire is totally flat, like the rears take 80 pounds, the trailer takes 80 pounds, takes a little while to air them up if they're real low, but it's pretty small, compact. It was inexpensive, it was like 50 bucks. So, you know, it's enough to kind of get us out of a jam. They make some really nice air compressors for trucks and RVs, but I don't really want to spend $300, $350 on an air compressor right now to carry around. So this one does the job. You just got to be patient with it because it takes a little bit of time if you got to go all the way up to 80 pounds in your tires. Luckily these fronts only take 60, so it'll layer up to 60 pretty easy. Alright, so we weren't planning on doing a whole lot while we were here at this campground. Like we said, we were only planning on making this a quick overnight stop. Really glad we ended up staying though. Getting ready to head out today, but we did not want to leave here without giving you guys just a quick tour of this campground. Highly recommend it. You know, we talked about our Army Corps of Engineers book that we have that has all the different places listed in it. Again, you know, such a valuable resource for finding places like this, because it is very unlikely that we would have found this place without that book to kind of look through and see, you know, what areas were kind of on the way, on the path that we were taking. So just want to give you guys a quick run around this campground, Longwood Campground, just outside Clarksville, Virginia. So these are sites 1 through 28 on this loop. Some sites have electric and water, and then some of them are like the one that we're at, which is no hookups. But electric and water sites, right now they're $26. The site we're at with no hookups is $20. You can see, I mean, they got some really nice sites here that are right on the water, and really big sites. Boat trailer parking area here at this campground. So if you do have a boat, you can bring it, you can launch it, you can park your trailer over here in the trailer parking, and then pull your boat right up behind your site. These are sites 48 through 61 back here in the back side of the park. which is kind of in the middle. So we showed you the front loop up by the front of the park, all the way in the back, that loop, and now this loop is in the middle. Site. Alright, so there you go. That's Longwood Campground, Clarksville, Virginia. A couple things about this campground. It seems like it's way out, but it's really not. It's one of the Army Corps of Engineer campgrounds. It's not really far outside of town. So Clarksville is only about 3 miles from here. There's a town close by. There's a grocery store there, so you don't have to go 15 or 20 miles out of the way to go find a grocery store or something like that. So great location, great campground, but for now we're getting ready to get packed up, get back on the road. So appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you guys down the road.